Hi everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome to LDRS Creative tonight. We're in studio. Super excited to be back with you guys. Been reading everybody's messages, and Lori, you just bummed me out. I'm apparently getting my weather from you because I haven't seen the television or anything all day long. And we're getting snow, and I know that means we're gonna get it too because you kind of live down the street. So I'm like, oh no. Oh, well, we've got a really big shipment being picked up tomorrow, too, at our warehouse, and it's all for HSN on the 28th. Yay! I was just asking Alan if I should give you guys a little sneak peek, and he said, isn't it a little early for a sneak peek? And I kind of think you might be right. But I thought I'd drive you a little crazy with that. So, yeah, we've had a big couple of days here. I know we're here to craft, but I also want to tell you that we're in the process of redoing the studio, and I've had it designed for a little while because it doesn't function as very well as a production studio, and so we're having a lot of issues with that, and so we decided to redesign some of the space, which meant tearing down cabinetry and stuff like that, and so. Anyway, a buddy of my husband's, of Alan's, actually came over one day. They were just it was all planning purposes, and they were just gonna look at the cabinets and kind of strategize on taking them down and what they were gonna do. And the next thing I heard was banging. And so I came into the studio and everything was coming off the walls. So, and actually Jeff was taking things off the walls and Alan was taking things out of the cabinets. So as you can imagine, you know, as men do when they organize things, I now have stacks and piles of things everywhere, and I have no idea where my stuff is. So it's really interesting when I come into the studio to craft like today, and I have to find the things that I need. So it's not easy. So you're actually going to see my paper selections today. You'll see they're all wrapped. They're all like full because I had to open up new paper packs because I can't get to my opened ones. So I had to... It's just kind of crazy, but it's going to be really good. And when it's done, we're going to have pictures and show everything. And but it's going to be a little bit of a process. So anyway, back to this. Oh, wait a minute. What? It's X-Craft. Is that Will? Is Will here? Oh, hey, Will. I think everybody was starting to worry about you because we hadn't seen you in a little while. And I think Deanna said that she messaged you and didn't hear back from you. So we were starting to worry. So, hey, Will. And welcome to everybody. Sharon Gullickson is here. Lori Higgs-Martin is here. Jen Ray. Who else? Deirdre is here. Teresa. Virginia Ellison. Who else? I mean, so many people. Thank you guys so much for coming and, you know, supporting us every week. It really, really means the world to us. So anyway, we're going to get going. I have wasted 3 minutes of your time, and we're going to get moving on, and I'm going to show you guys the home design layering dies today. So I love design. I absolutely love design, and if I could have made it as an architect or an interior designer or something, you know, if there were like a lot of jobs, you know, in those fields, I probably would have done it and loved it because I absolutely love design. So that is kind of the inspiration for this home design set, as well as our house. It's kind of modeled a little bit after our house in terms of the style, or just kind of like the peaks and stuff like that. So I'm going to we're going to go ahead and switch the camera over to the overhead, and I'm going to show this to you guys. Oh no, Alan, what? I don't have my glasses.
You what?
Uh-oh, uh-oh. I need you to find my glasses. They're right over there. 55 years old, and I can't see past my nose without my glasses. So
you're still on your phone shots.
I am. You didn't trade the camera, so I got my glasses, so I'll be able to actually do this tonight.
Close up?
Go ahead. No, far away. Let's go ahead. Switch the camera. There you go.
All right.
Okay. So this actually, you know what? Let's zoom. Sorry, I forgot.
The other one.
Oh my God! Now you got me choking. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Everybody plug your ears. Okay. Oh no. Can you pause me or mute me? Okay, sorry, had a little choking spasm there. Okay, he made me laugh, and instead of swallowing it, I inhaled. And that didn't bode too well for well, for you guys and what you were hearing through my mic, so I'm so sorry. Okay, so anyway, home design layering dies. I love these. This is, I know I say this all the time, but this truly is one of my favorite things we've done. Because I love decorating and I love designing homes. Our house, as a matter of fact, I designed with our architect. And I had a blast with it. I absolutely love it. So this has 14 dies in it. And we show you on the back all the different dies, and then we show you what they look like when they're assembled. Sorry, I'm still trying not to choke. But in this, there's like two, peaks to the house, and then you can see it's 2 stories in the center. You can add windows if you want, in any of those 3 places. You can add shutters, little flower boxes. You can change whatever colors you want, chimney or no chimney. So many different things that you can do with this. And actually, if you look at our blog, if you go to the website, look at our blog, because one of our design team, I can't remember who it was, but one of our design team, amazing design team members, she actually created several cards with these sets, and she actually changed the layout of the house and turned it into a, so it's like only got like 1 of those peaks instead of 2. She did an amazing job with it. So it's incredibly versatile. And then we also have the home design foliage. This is an add-on die set, 7 dies in total here. So we have, you can create trees. You can use this for trees, for bushes. This one here can also be used for like bushes or clouds. Same thing with this one, can be used for little bushes or clouds. And then you have like a little flower pot and flowers. This one here has actually 6 little flowers in there, all in 1 die. They're pretty teeny tiny. And then here, of course, is the trunk for the tree. So lots of really cool things in there that you can do, that you can play with. I also decided to pull in, this is one of the new stamp sets in the new collection. It's called Home. And, we put this in here very specifically because we have the home design, and I really wanted to have, sometimes you're looking for a stamp and you just don't have one, and you go, boy, I wish I had some stamps that were like, there's no place like home. Home is with you. Happy new home for somebody who's maybe, selling a house, buying a new one, buying their first home, things like that. My son, when he comes home from school, can make me a card that says, home is my happy place. I think that would be amazing. So anyway, that's why we have this in here. So these can go all together if you'd like. Keep in mind too, with these dies, you don't have to have a stamp that has something to do with home. You can put just a note, or wishing you a beautiful day, or something like that. Anyway, then I also decided to pull in our brand new Delicate Stitches Scalloped Rectangle, which has very, very quickly become my go-to and favorite staple die set. So we're going to be playing with this as well. And then for color schemes, I wanted to do something with pink, because never in a million years, no matter how many houses let's say I get to build houses for a living, or I get to decorate them or paint them. There's no way I would ever put pink on a house, little pink houses for me and you. But I decided that if I was going to do this house, well, doggone it, I can put pink on it. So I've got pink, I've got 2 shades of pink, I pulled some blue, a scrap of brown that I had, and then 2 shades of green for the grass and the trees and stuff. And so, Alan, if you'll zoom out a bit, I do want to show people what I was talking about when I said, because I couldn't get to my paper. Now, I had ordered a whole bunch of paper from Stampin' Up. I was trying to figure out, where do I want to, I wanted more paper. And I was missing colors, running out of things, and I remembered I used to really like Stampin' Up! Paper a long, long time ago. So I decided to get some. And so this one is, if you want to know what colors I'm working with from Stampin' Up!, this is Balmy Blue. It's really pretty blue. Not loving the name of it, but we'll go with it. Balmy Blue, Polished Pink, which is a beautiful kind of rosy pink, not quite bubblegum pink. Melon Mambo, which I'm not sure if that appears as pink to you guys. I have two different screens going on here. In one screen it looks like the nice pink that it is, and on the other screen it looks a little red, but it's not red. And then, so that one's Melon Mambo, and this one is Garden Green, and then Shaded Spruce. So this is the color combination that I chose to grab, and then I went to my little scrap pile and I grabbed some brown also for some of the things that we're going to be putting in here. So this is my color combo. At least that's where I started. I actually ended up there too, which usually doesn't happen. I don't usually end up where I start. But anyway, okay, so let me show you what I've got going on. I'm not going to do all the die cutting today. I'm going to assemble this, but I wanted to show you everything that I did. So I am going to open this up, and we're going to go ahead and zoom in so I can show you what the different dies do in case you get this home and you need to know what the pieces are. So this outer piece here obviously is the house. So I'm going to go ahead and, you know what, I'm going to put this on pink just for now. So with this piece, just to show you how it layers up, you'll start, that's the foundation, so that's your largest die. And then you're going to have this outer piece, this piece right here is actually the rooftop. That's going to be the roof on your second floor. So that's going to go right here. See how it's almost like they puzzle piece perfectly, imagine that. And then the large rectangle right here, I cut that in pink, and that goes right there. That's what divides that space, you know, and almost sets back, you know, frames the door, okay? And so that's kind of your foundation. And then you've got other rectangles in here. So your next rectangle down is actually the frame around your door, which will go here. And then the next rectangle down is your door. So, and the reason I'm pointing this out is because it can be a little bit confusing when you start looking and going, what are all those rectangles for? All right. And then that skinniest of rectangles right there, that's actually for your chimney. Now, next up you have the windows. And then you have the little, this one right here is the little backing for the windows if you want it to look like the lights are on or something in the house. And then over here is your little window box. What else do we have? I mentioned that your chimney was right here. This is the little chimney top. The little like the little stacks up at the top of the chimney. There's your little doorknob, which, believe me, it comes out really small, but everything is small in here, but it's so adorable and it fits beautifully on your card front. And then these two here are your shutters, and then right here is going to be, you're going to cut that twice, and that's going to go right on those little peaks, just like so, okay? So that's basically how it goes together, and I'm going to actually do that for you in just a moment. But I wanted to show you all the pieces that I cut, and I wanted to at least explain where some of the dies go, so that when you get it home, you know, if you want to reference this video, you can. Now, I already mentioned the pieces in here, so I went ahead and cut them in like multiple greens for the tops of the trees. I love these. I think they're so pretty. Look at how all that detail actually cuts out. That cuts all the way through. So you can actually see the beautiful detail in the trees there. Really, really gorgeous. And then this is the one that you can cut, and it can be a shrub, or you can use that as clouds. And then I've cut all the other pieces in here too. So these are the tiny little flowers. Cuts a whole bunch of them at one time. Now, one of the things I do recommend that you use is a pair of reverse tweezers. It's really going to help you. This is, if you don't know what a reverse tweezer is, when you squeeze it, when you're not squeezing it, yeah, glue on it. When you're not squeezing it, it's closed, and when you squeeze it together, it opens up. So it's really, really nice for crafting. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Now, I went ahead, I'm going to put my pieces over here. I went ahead and I cut out of my Neenah Classic Crest Solar White cardstock using the largest die from the Delicate Stitches rectangle, scallop rectangle. I cut my card topper that I'm going to build on. And then I went to the next die, and I cut out of that beautiful kind of sky blue. I cut this piece, which is going to go here. And I actually went ahead and cut another piece of white cardstock just with my paper trimmer, just so I could layer these up together. This is a little thin for me to put that foam on. I could do it, but when I do that, you're going to see through and underneath it, which I didn't really want. So I wanted to kind of lay it on a white card, piece of card, and I'm going to glue that down together so that when I put that up on foam, you won't see underneath it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. As soon as I find my glue, here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and get that rolling. Move my dies over. What you need, Alan?
Oh, we have a first timer here.
Who's here? Who's our first timer?
Scroll up.
Oh, we lost the name. It scrolled up. Well, if you're here for the... Huh?
Roberta Sadler.
Roberta, welcome. Alan said it's your first time. It's lovely to see you here. Thank you for joining us tonight. Alrighty. So there we go. Now, Roberta, if you're brand new here, then you may not know that we do a giveaway at the end. So make sure that you stay on to the end. And we do a random giveaway. Alan will draw a name, but everybody has to be, you know, anybody who's going to win has got to be present to win. So
They have to deposit $10 in my account.
Oh my goodness. And my husband thinks he's funny.
What's it, Venmo or something?
Yeah,
How do you
you
transfer money.
Go sit down over in the production area, Mr. Hunt. Okay, so we've got that on there. It doesn't matter if it's perfectly straight because you can't see it anyway, right? You can't. I mean, I'm not going to have it on there like this, so it's okay. So this is what I'm going to build on, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to actually put my foam on the back of this right now because I want to build. I don't always do that. I'll normally put, where's my foam? Here we go. I will normally, you know, put the foam on like at the end, but because I want to build up on this whole thing and I want everything to look right, I'm going to go ahead and do the foam now. So this is Scotch foam. My little pieces are falling off because I'm running out. So this is Scotch foam, and this is about a 1/16 of an inch in depth, which I love because it really allows me to control how much dimension I have on my card. What's up, Alan?
You just got a whole bunch of...
We have a whole bunch of new people. Welcome, everybody. Huh?
Yep, you got a bunch of people from...
Oh, Nicole. So Tracy Abrams. Let me see. Nicole. I'm trying to look at names that... yeah, it looks like we've got a bunch of new people. Welcome, everybody. So exciting to see you guys here. It's a wonderful, wonderful group. You're going to love it. Please do not hesitate to ask questions. I do try, and yes, Gail, my foam is almost gone, but dare I say I have several more rolls waiting in the wings.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Anyway, you know, I don't want anybody to hesitate to ask questions. And if somebody can answer the questions, that's fantastic. If the question is very specifically for me, then Alan will try and let me know. I'm not able to read everything as I'm crafting, but I do look up from time to time. So welcome, everybody. Oh, Stephanie Sharples is here. Oh, Dee Dee is here. Okay, so we have that little bit of dimension on there now. That's about a 1/16 of an inch, and I think it really sets that apart. It adds a little bit, just a little bit of a, I don't know, it just adds a little something, something to it. A little bit of a shadow, which just is so pretty. But it's not so thick that if I put that in the mail, it's going to be chunky. It's not going to cost more if I want to mail the card and all that stuff because it's only a 1/16 of an inch. But I will tell you this too. Because it's only a 1/16 of an inch, if I want to double it up, I can do that as well if I want more dimension. So anyway, we don't sell this, but you know, I love it. I just absolutely love the Scotch stuff. It also does not, it doesn't lose its stickiness. So when I pull the card later on, you know, weeks later, months later that I've used this on, I know it's still going to be intact. Some of them don't, you know, some of them the adhesive on them dries out and then you're just kind of left with a mess. So, all right, so from here, I'm going to start, I got something on here. Hold on a minute. There we go. All right, I'm going to start putting my house together, and once I have my house built, I'm going to put it on top of here. So this is where it gets a little bit tedious, but it's okay. It's all fun. I am going to use a liquid adhesive for some of these bigger pieces like this one. Technically, if I wanted, I could use a tape gun, but I like to have the flexibility of moving and sliding this into place if I don't lay it on there right. One of the things you might get a little confused with when you get your die set home is the direction that this piece goes. For some reason, I always want to have it rotated in the other direction, and it's not going to fit. So make sure the wider area or section goes up at the top. So we're just going to start building this back to front. So then the next piece is going to attach right down here. Now you can use any color combination that you want. We've got beautiful cards that are done in blues and greens and browns and burgundies. I mean, all kinds of stuff, any combination. I just wanted to go kind of girly on this one and just kind of have fun. Little pink houses for you and me. Why not? So pretty. Look how cute that is already. Isn't there a candy like that has like the brown and the pink, and I think we talked about this once before. Apparently it's one of my favorites. Okay, so I'm just going to start building up the door. I like this white in the background. Now you can layer these however you want. If you don't want this piece, don't use it if you just want to put the door there. It doesn't have to frame it. It's completely at your discretion. And then I went with 2 shades of pink. So my door is actually a darker pink. I'm just going to lay that on there. Nice and straight. Look how cute it looks already. I really like it. I'm digging it. I'll tell you this too. If you're not sure where things go, always look to the back of your packaging. It's always a really, really good thing to do. Okay, so I'm going to start layering. I think I'm going to start putting these pieces on next because I'm layering from the back to the front. And this is why you want to use this. This is going to help me control things a little bit better. A little dab will do you. You don't need a lot. Let me lay this down here. I'm making a mess. I've got glue going everywhere. Okay. Put this right up at the top there. Slide that into position. That's why you want to have that liquid adhesive. There we go. Just get any excess off of there. Very cute. Fix my door. I moved it a bit. Okay. So next one. So what would be your favorite combination if you were to do like a fun little house? What combination would you like to see on this? Because this is one of those things where you could just really use your imagination and have a ton of fun with it. Raise your hand if you'd like to live in a little pink house sometime. I was kind of thinking like, what do they call it when it's like a, oh, what is it called? Like not a, oh, what do they call it? Like the girls, like when you have like your own, what do they call it when you like build a little shack?
Oh, she shack?
She shack, thank you. She shed, that's what it is. She shed. There we go. Look how cute this is already. Okay, and so I'm going to do some windows, and I've actually got the yellow to put behind my windows. So here's my thinking here. Let me put the lid on this because I'm going to end up with my glue drying. And okay, so here's my thinking. In the areas, I didn't really want to have the pink up top there because I think it's too dark having that up there. And having the white on the white, I don't think really showed very well. So I thought, well, heck, you know what? What if I put the white up here and then I put the pink here And it gives just a little more pink, and I thought it would be super, super darling. So really, really cute. And then I'm going to back it with the yellow. So I'm going to go ahead here, though, and I'm going to put the adhesive on the little white frame. And it's going to be hard to see because it's all white on white on white. So my apologies for that. But I'm doing it that way instead of putting the glue on the yellow, because I don't know where all those little panes are going to be. And I'm going to put that together just like so. Look how cute. That is just darling. I could actually adhere the yellows down first and then put the white on top of it. I mean, it's completely up to you. More than one way to do it. And then I'm going to put this on here. I love having the yellow behind it because I think it looks like the lights are on in the house. So cute. Isn't that darling? Darling. Press that. Oh, I'm getting glue everywhere. Oy vey. There we go. Just a little dab will do ya. And then lay that on top. Just like so. Give it a little straightening. There we go. And then this one, I'm going to put it up a little bit. Not too high. Come on, there we go. Look how cute. I think it's darling. And here's the last one. My grandma would have said, turn off those lights. Who said that? Oh, Sheila said that.
My mom would have, my dad would have.
Your dad? It would have been your dad?
Oh my goodness, yes.
You know, strangely, I am the one who goes around the house turning the lights off. Have you noticed that? Between the two of us? That would be me. It drives me nuts. I don't like to have a lot of light on. But I think, you know, for anybody who suffers from migraines, and if you know, migraine sufferers out there, my eyes, I'm incredibly sensitive to light. So I don't like bright lights. I don't like overhead lights all that much because of that. Just really sensitive to it. All right, let's see. I'm not going to stress over if these are perfectly straight or perfectly lined up, but I am going to press and hold this just for a moment. Are you liking it, Alan? Isn't it so cute?
Yeah.
It's adorable. Ah, I love it. Okay.
It's pink though.
Yes, it is definitely pink. I would say yes, it's pink. Okay, so we've got some shutters. I'm going to put some shutters here. Look at these shutters. Aren't they adorable? My goodness. So here's the little shutters. And this one goes on this side. Now, the shutters on our house are brown. And so that's why I went with brown on them, because I thought it would be really cute, like the shutters on our house. I just think this is so sweet. This is one of those things, too, where you can literally be watching television and just kind of playing. There you go. I'm telling you, if you don't have reverse tweezers, get yourself some, because these things are really great. I'll go on this side. What?
I was just thinking they could use those on Gunsmoke.
Oh my goodness, my husband. My husband has wore me down. My husband has wore me down with Gunsmoke, and so because I've stopped fighting and asking him to put something else on, he has now convinced himself that I like the show. How many seasons are there of Gunsmoke?
20.
20. And what season are we on?
Well, we just started 8.
Oh my goodness, and that's supposed to be a story. What's
But I think we've already gone 17 through 20.
Oh my gosh. He's determined, let's put it this way, he's determined to watch every single episode.
In order.
Yes, and because our son no longer lives here, guess who has to watch it with him? Oh boy, the things we do for love. All right, there we go. Look how cute. It is darling, darling. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I love it. I seriously love it. All right, I have a teeny tiny little doorknob in here somewhere. I'm going to put just, oh my God, that's going to be too much glue. I'm going to put just a dab.
You could just put a dab
There you go. A what?
You could just put a dab of glue.
No. I want my little doorknob. Here's the little doorknob. I don't think I have that on there right. Now, you want to be using glue that is going to dry clear. All right. So our glue that I'm using, the LDRS glue, goes on white, but it dries clear. And for the doorknob, notice I'm not putting the doorknob in the center. I've got it a little bit lower because this is a big door. Like, how big is the door on our house?
Pretty wide.
Is it like a 10-foot door?
Tall or wide?
Tall. It's tall and wide.
I could go measure it.
No, don't go measure it. It's a big door on the front of the house.
At
And
least
so
4 foot wide.
I put this like a little bit lower down so it looks a little more realistic. I always think it looks weird when you put the doorknob right in the center because it's not going to be in the center. So it just looks strange. Okay. All right, so that is the house. I'm going to go ahead now. Look how cute this is. That is just going to be darling. I'm actually going to place it all the way down. So here's my thinking with this. My thinking was I wanted to have like the beautiful like sky in the background, but I didn't want to have the sky in the background. Oh shoot, I was supposed to stamp this. Well, you weren't here to tell me to stamp my
Well.
sentiment. I got to stamp a sentiment here, and I'm going to hope that it'll work because
Why don't you just stamp it?
well, I'm going to see if it'll work.
Apply it.
Here's the problem. The reason I'm saying I'm going to see if it'll work because I can feel how it goes like this because I have those 3 pieces of foam back there. But anyway, my idea was that this is supposed to kind of simulate the sky in the blue. So I'm going to go ahead and try and stamp my sentiment, and you're going to have to bear with me. What?
Oh, I thought you had glued that down.
No, I didn't glue that down yet, but I have foam underneath this piece.
Oh.
So I don't know how this is going to go. I do think I might need to pull this piece out. I have a little piece of foam that I put in there. And I'm going to put this in instead. And I'm going to see how this is going to work. All right, so this is me, messing with it because I messed up and trying to see if I can fix it without it being really bad.
I got to use the wah-wah.
This is turning out to be like a thing where I mess up every week. So my apologies, everybody. Where's the little house? I'm going to put the house here and see which stamps are going to fit. There's Happy New Home. There's No Place Like Home, but I'm going to have trees there too, so I want the sentiment to go up at the top. There's Welcome Home, which I've already used, and then there's Home is with You. I like that. I'm going to use Home is with You. I like that one. That's a card you can send to anybody, that you have affection for. All right, so let's put this in here. Home is with You. I've got that up high because I'm going to have trees in the background. Oh, we're going to cross our fingers, everybody. I don't think it's centered. Let's move it over a little bit. There we go. All right, we're going to cross our fingers and hope that this will work because that's not even. I'm going to go ahead, first time stamping with it, so I'm going to rub my finger on it and just get any of the excess, chemicals off of there from manufacturing. And we're going to see how this is going to go. Where's my Stampendable? Here it is. Oh, let's cross our fingers that this will actually work. I'm stamping on an uneven surface, so I don't know what to get. See how it's not coming out? Oh, no. I'm stamping on an uneven surface. Oh no, I'm gonna press extra hard. See if that'll help. It's helping, okay. I'm gonna press really hard. Normally you would not have to do this, but I messed up and I already have foam underneath that layer, so it's uneven. It's coming out. I'm gonna do it one more time and just see if I can do it. I think that's pretty good. Now this is where I would cheat a little bit because I have one little area here that the ink is not touching down very well. It's probably in between two of the pieces of the foam. So I just took a Copic multi-liner and I filled it in. Works beautifully. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean that. Got my Extreme Clean. And just clean my stamp so I get any of the extra ink residue off of there for next time. All right. Now this is a hybrid ink, so it's going to leave, you know, a little bit of stain behind on your stamp. But with that Extreme Clean, it gets any of the extra residue off of there, so it won't transfer to an ink pad or another stamp or anything at a later time. So, all right, so whew, oh my goodness, wiping the sweat off my brow. That worked. Okay, so from here, here's my little house. And I think it's darling. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my tape gun. And I'm not gonna put tape up here. Let me explain what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna put tape up towards the top. I'm only going to have the tape in the lower half because I wanna tuck some trees in there. So I wanna make sure I have that space to do that. All right. I'm gonna put this right at the edge of that blue. If it were green, I'd probably lift it up a little bit so it looked like grass, but it's not, so I won't. And I'm just spacing it kind of evenly. Give it a press. Look how cute. Look how cute. It's coming together. Loving it. Okay. I'm now going to add some of these little trees. Let me show you what I've got here. And I've also got some little flower pots. And I've got little flowers. And I've got these bigger flowers here that could be flowers or little bushes. And so what I was thinking of doing is putting one of these little flower pots like right here by the front door on either side. Now that I'm looking at this, well, let's pretend it's there. The pink I don't think is going to work because it's too much pink there. So I think I'm going to go with the green and have the green on the top of it. I think that'll be really pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Get that in place. These are so cute. There we go. That little bit, put it right next to the door. There you go. One of the little, like a little topiary. So cute. Give it a good press so it stays. There you go. Now you also want to make sure, you know, that you're gluing down the back side. Whenever you cut with dies, they're going to kind of concave or, you know, over. Is it concave? What is that?
That's concave.
Okay. But you can tell which side is the front and which is the back based on the direction that the edges go. The edges should roll down when you put it on your paper. longer on your project. Let me fix that one a little bit, straighten it. There we go, lift up that edge just a bit. And put a little bit of green on top of it. Right there. I'm going to hold that in place for a moment. I'm holding it in place for a couple of reasons. We have some layers here, and I want to make sure that that adhesive, that glue touches the paper behind it. So I'm just kind of pressing on it gently to make sure it's making contact as it dries. All right, look how cute. I mean, seriously, darling. Okay. So then here's what I thought would be fun. I cut 2 different greens because I wanted to have layers. And so I thought that it would be fun to do the trees. I don't think I'm going to have space as I'm looking at this for, like, this is how these would go, technically. Here's the tree trunk, and that's how your tree would go, like that, okay? But I don't have a lot of space here, so I'm not going to use these. We're going to have the trees in the backyard. And my thinking is I'm going to have them look kind of, remember when I said don't glue down the top part there? I'm going to kind of have it go like this a little bit. And then like push this one down a little bit. I think that looks really cute. And then I'll have this one over here. So it looks like there's kind of trees in the backyard, which I think is really pretty. So that's what I'm going to do with them. I'll get my glue out again. And I'm going to put some glue on the back. You don't need a ton. And I'm going to slide that in. And kind of press it down just a wee bit. Slide this one out. I do always like to test them in place first, make sure that they're going to fit. If it didn't fit, I could always trim off a part of this one. And I'm going to move this over just a bit, like that, just to create a little space between those, so it doesn't look like a big wave of green. Gives it kind of more of a natural look, I think. And slide this one in. I put the darkest one in the back. And there we go. I think that looks really cute. And then, now this is from the little cloud. I mean, I could use this for shrubs if I want. It looks a little big when I put it like this, right? It blocks a lot. So here's what I do. You can always take and modify these. So I'm going to trim it from this point over to that point. Just like so. And now I just have the top of it. And I did that already once here. So now I can put this like so, just like that, so you have some little bushes in the front. So don't be afraid to kind of, trim things and make them into what you want them to be. So we'll put that one there. I'm going to let that extend a little bit further past the side of the house. Make sure it hits the bottom. And then do the next one on the other side. And notice I worked my way from the center out to the side. So had I put these little bushes on first, I may not have had room for my little topiaries. And I want to have room for those so they look like they're kind of on the porch. So I work my way from the center out. So first when building the house, you start from the back coming forward. And then I went from the center out for the green in the front. And now so that we don't just have one layer there, I took that tiny little cloud one, because these could look like little clouds up in the sky if I had these in blue or in white. But you can also use this for an extra added dimension on the front, and that's what I'm going to do. So these can be little shrubs too. We tried to be so incredibly versatile with this set. so that you could use pieces a lot of different ways. I like having the two different greens here too. I think it's really, really pretty. And it gives it a little more of a like natural look, like, because in nature, you know, you think about like your garden, you've got greens in all different shades of green and different shapes as well. So I think that that's really pretty just to add a little bit of dimension to that. Now from here, if you want, you can add little flowers. That's what these are. These are like little flowers. So if I wanted to put little flowers even up in the trees, like so, I could do this. Look how cute. Got a whole bunch of them here. Oh, that one. So I could put flowers there, or I could put some flowers down here too, if I want. I've got some in, like this one looks like a really tiny little one here. So if I want to glue those into place, I can do that. If I want to put flowers here instead of the green, so if I had put a couple of flowers in here like this, and give me a yellow one. And then maybe I had a third color, I could put that in there too. I mean, seriously, so darling. Actually, I really like that over the green, so I'm going to add those. I'm going to do that. I like having those there. So let me get that pink one. I'm going to put the pink on the outside, so there's a separation between the pink and the other pink, right? So we have yellow in between them.
Everyone's mentioning all the animals they want to have in the front yard.
Oh, animals?
I thought we should have a hawk flying a bird into a window.
Alan Hunt. My goodness, dude. You know what? I'm going to put that flower over there, and I'm going to get a different yellow one for over here. I'm going to get it over here. So I have two different flowers. And so this one has more of like a star kind of a look to it. And we'll put that there. And move that over. There you go. Uh-oh, where'd the other one go that I just had? Oh, here it is. Okay. There's the yellow, but I need a pink. And I'm going to grab the starry pink one. Make sure I have the correct side. And I'm going to put the pink one further over here. What, Alan?
Somebody mentioned apples on the trees.
Oh, apples would be darling. I love that idea. Where were you when we were designing this? Little apples would be so, so cute.
That's Roberta. Whoop, I've lost it. Roberta Patterson.
I love that, Roberta. That's a great idea. Look how cute this is. Look it.
She's the other Roberta.
Okay. I think we're going to call this almost done. We have one more thing to do. Let me get these little pieces over, clean up just a tiny little bit. Now, this is my little topper, right? This is my card topper. Now, I can put this on white, and it'll look like that. Beautiful, classic white, which I think is stunning. Or I can put it on pink. I couldn't decide which I liked better. I think...
I don't even know.
I know, it's hard. You think the pink, because we have the pink in the middle of the house?
I don't know. Let me see the other one again.
You want to see it the other way?
Put it in the middle.
Put it in the middle. It does, like here you really see the house. You don't see the scallop as much. But when I put it over here, it really shows off that scallop.
But it pulls out the middle of the house.
Yeah. I'm going to do it on the pink. I think it's really pretty. And I'm seeing a lot of people are saying pink, 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 pink. So we're going to go pink. Okay. Little pink houses for you and me. Who's saying that? Who's saying it?
You did.
Would you believe Pink actually is one of my favorite artists? Although I've been listening every day to Andrea Bocelli again. I go through phases, and right now it's Andrea Bocelli, and I'm just, oh my goodness, I'm just crazy with him. All right, got it centered. Press that down. Ah, look at that. I think it is darling. Seriously, so cute. I love it. Yay. Alrighty. So, remember when I said we're going to have a giveaway? Oh, my. What can we give away? What do you think, Alan? What should we give away? Who wants to do a giveaway?
I think we should give away Angie's junk. That's what I think we should give away.
Will says, who knew, Angie? That's actually one of my favorite songs that she did. Who knew? What'd you say? Angie's junk? No.
Yes.
Angie doesn't have junk.
Like Jimmy Kimmel's.
Okay, let's go ahead and go back to the first camera here.
Okay, we're
Okay.
going back to the first camera.
Yeah, camera 1, uno.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the card. Yay. I think it's so cute. I love it. I really do. I absolutely love it. I think it's darling. Okay, so giveaway time. Today's giveaway. First of all, we only know you're here if you've left a comment. If it's been a while since you left a comment, I would leave another one. Because Alan is like on the prowl. He's on the hunt right now looking for a name. And we only know you're here if you've left a message. And today's giveaway, believe it or not, is going to be the, I keep forgetting what it's called, Home Design Layering Dies and the add-on Home Design Foliage set. So we're going to give away both of the die sets that I worked with here today. So, Mr. Hunt, we need a name.
Okay. How long are you willing to wait?
Come on!
I'm looking.
Give us a name, Mr. Hunt.
Carletta Morris.
Carletta Morris. Carletta Morris, you are the winner. Congratulations. Carletta, please, we need you to send us an email, and it has to have your name and your complete mailing address. Send it to customerservice@ldrscreative.com. Carletta, congratulations. We will get your dies in the mail to you right away as soon as we have your information. Yay! All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I have no idea what I'm going to work on next week, but we will get it announced. I encourage you all to like this video, subscribe to our videos so that you get an automatic notification that we have gone live. We do post videos all week long too, so that when you get your products home, you always have some resources on our YouTube channel and our blog to see some different things that you can do and maybe get some inspiration for your projects. I will be back here again. Alan and I both will be back here again 1 week from tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be crafting with something from the new collection. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but I'm guessing it's going to have something to do with the alphas and numbers again, because I can't wait to get back to those. So everybody have a fantastic night. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll be back soon. Bye.